The best time to be a math scholar is all the time. Alright, we're going to keep things moving. I don't know how long this study guide's going to take us. It looks long. How many questions is there?
11.
If we don't get done, I'll take next period and record the rest of my video and you can watch it, okay? But we'll try to keep them moving. I had a couple students looking ahead and they're like, these two are hard. Yeah, standard form's your hardest form. Let's find our slope first. Y minus y on the top. X minus x on the bottom. So I think that's 10 over negative 2. Am I matching the slopes you guys who've worked ahead got? Slope of negative 5? Okay. Pick your favorite xy. There's a clear favorite to me.
4-2?
Yeah, definitely 4-2. So I always go to my point slope form next, and I'll convert to whatever form I want it to be in for my final answer. Y minus y equals slope. X minus x. You guys are so good at that. Now we want it in standard form. Standard form has two main rules. The main rules for standard form are x and y on the same side, like this. But having a be positive is rule 1.
Really?
And then rule 2 is no fractions, which this one we were not going to have a trouble with. There's no fractions in this problem. So let me distribute this in. It'd be a negative 5x plus 20. But then we want our x's and y's together. I think getting your 5x over to the left-hand side is definitely the way to go, because then you'll have that positive a value. Now, are you okay with me moving that 2 in the same exact step?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use a different color so it doesn't get too messy. It just gets messy sometimes, but you can visualize that happening. So the 5 moves to the left, the 2 moves to the right, and then you're done. You're in standard form. Number 2, let's start with our slope. Y minus y
Slope.
over,
Minus x.
wait a minute, y minus y over x minus x slope. So, this isn't going to be bad. Isn't it going to be a 16 on top and a 4 on bottom? So it's a 4. We're not even at fraction.
Wow.
Hooray, we're not even going to have a fraction. What's your favorite x and y?
2 and 21.
No, why not the 221? They're both positives.
Exactly.
Let's do the positives if you can.
I did.
Okay, so y minus y equals slope x minus x. We're not going to have any fractions to clear, but we are going to have to get our x's and y's on the same side together. So I'm going to distribute my 4. I'm going to, you want your a value to be positive, so I leave the 4x where he's at and actually move the y over to join the 4x. And in that same step, I'm going to move this 8 from the right to the left. So what's negative 21 with 8?
That's going to be like this.
Negative 13. No, that's not decimal.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's it. Let's unpause and check it. I don't think this one's going to be bad at all. We have a point in our slope. They're already singing the song, so they know what to do. Y minus y equals slope, x minus x. And there's no fractions, so we just got to get everything in standard form. So, what should we do first? Divide. No, distribute. I think he was just using the wrong D word. Distribute. All right, so I'm going to ask Ray, because he was the one asking me, how do you know which one to move at this point? Do you see how this is a positive 2x? So who do you think we should move? Yeah, let's get the y over to the right to join the 2x. And then if you want to, in the same exact step, I mean, you can do this in 2 steps, but if you do it all in 1 step, it saves work time. You can move that negative 2 over to join that negative 3. So we'll have 2x minus y on the right, and we'll have negative 1 on the left. Here we go. Y minus y equals slope x minus x. All right, we have that fraction, so we're going to distribute. We'll have negative 1/3 x. A negative 1/3 and a negative 6, if you multiply, would be positive 2. All right, back to Ray. Who do you think we should move next?
Nope.
So this time the x is a negative. So you're going to want to make it a positive by moving it over. So we're going to start by adding our 1/3 x.
Then we're gonna add the negative 2. To the
Yeah, and we can do it in the same step if you want to. If you want to stay organized, you can move it over here. So that's going to be a 4.
Yeah, Jose.
Those are gone. That's gone. And this is 1/3 x plus 4. Or plus y.
I'm slowly learning every day.
You're learning every day. Hey, we just had a scholar save the day. We forgot to multiply through by 3 and play with fractions. Duh, my bad. So multiply by 3, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. That's going to be 1x. That's going to be 3y, and that's going to be 12.
Why can't you leave that as a question?
I know. So there's this rule that says standard form should not have any fractions for the a or b value. Even though your textbook had some fractions in there, final answers on the homework. 3, multiplying by 3 was the best way to cancel the 1/3. You multiply through by the denominator, and that will clear the denominator.
They're saying it's illegal.
All right, I actually love this section because they just say write an equation of a line. They don't say point slope, slope intercept, or standard form. You can pick your favorite. My favorite is point slope. All right, so here's my point, my 3, -5. What slope am I going to need to use if I want to be parallel to that?
2x.
Just 2. You don't need an x with your slope. So y minus y equals slope, x minus x.
And then we're done.
I would just clean it up. So I'd make that a +5, and then we're done. Yeah. We are done. That was so easy.
So
All right, this is a little tricky. Don't get tricked on number 6. If we want to be parallel to them, we need to know what their slope is. Is their slope 5?
5x.
Their slope is not 5. They're not solved for y.
Yeah.
So we got to divide everybody by 2.
2.5.
Their slope is actually 5/2. Everybody see it? There was one in the homework like that. So their slope is 5/2.
17/7.
And then we're ready for a solve.
Wait, can't you put 2.5?
You could. Yeah. So the question was, could we put our slope as 2.5? That would be fine. Y minus y equals slope. X minus x. And Jose would be like, are we done? Well, let's clean it up. Y minus, or y plus 6. They're both double negative, so just cleaning can make it positive.
Oh yeah, just using my stuff.
Yes. Okay, we just had a chat in the class. You remember how to do perpendicular? Perpendicular is called the opposite reciprocal, or the negative reciprocal. So if we want to be perpendicular to their line, y equals 1/2 x plus 4, we need our slope to be a negative reciprocal of the 1/2. What would that be?
-1/2.
Negative 2/1. And you don't need to write the over 1 part. So that's the slope we need to have to be perpendicular. Here goes. Point slope form is my favorite. Y minus y equals slope. X minus x. I wish I would have made count of how many times we've sung that song in the last 2 weeks. It'd be like hundreds. I'm just cleaning it up. I'm not distributing or anything. So there you have it. All right, number 8. We also want to be perpendicular, but I don't know what their slope is on number 8. How do we get it? Good job. Divide everybody by 4. So it looks like their slope is -1/2. Because that's what -2/4 reduces to. So their slope is -1/2. Our slope needs to be perpendicular to that. So a negative reciprocal. What would our slope be? Positive 2/1.
Yes.
And then here's our point, so we can sing our song. Y minus y equals slope. X minus x. Clean it up. Just make it a positive 2.
Oh,
What? Why'd you go whoa? All right, we have determined we have plenty of time to play board buddies around, and there's several kids that want to come up, so I'm going to call up volunteers to do number 9. Then we'll talk about it. So the whole idea here is to figure out what slopes are. You need to solve for y. You need to get these things into slope-intercept form, so you can just glance at this guy and realize this is my slope. So line B was already solved for y. So line B, we knew, had a 1/2 as its slope.
Oh yeah.
Let me kind of fix this. This is wrong. So line B has a 1/2 as its slope. Line A, we have to solve for y. So you start by subtracting x from both sides. So I'm going to erase this work. It's not the best.
That's what I'm trying to do, Riz. Like,
So you'll have 2y equals negative x plus 4, and you'll divide everybody by 2. So right here's my slope. It's negative 1/2. You see it? So line A has a negative 1/2 slope. And then C, same deal. You have to solve for y. Let me fix their work. Solve for y involves adding 2x to both sides. So you'll have y equals 2x. So line C, slope is 2. So if you stand back, nobody's parallel. Nobody has the same slope. But A and C have negative reciprocal slopes. So you just make the statement A and C are perpendicular. Okay.
What did that work?
Does that help? We fixed everything. All right, let's just do the next two together. Is this the same exact thing? Tell which one's perp. Okay, what's the slope of line A? Very good. What's the slope of line C? Very good. What's the slope of line B? I not know. Divide everybody by 3. It's negative 2/3 x plus 10/3. So the slope of line B is negative 2/3. So is anybody parallel?
No. Yes.
Parallel means same slope. Parallel means same slope. So B and C are parallel. Is anybody perpendicular? Negative reciprocals? No. So this is all I can say about this one. So to be a perpendicular, you have to be a negative reciprocal. So this would need to be a positive 3/2. Right? They have to have different signs and be reciprocals. All right, we've arrived at the one I can tell will challenge our scholarliness. We're going to do the student council problem. Each large raft is costing 120. You can have your large rafts be x. Each small raft, you can call that y, would be 50. And you have 1,700 to spend. So what's our equation going to look like? It's actually easier than that. It's just 120x plus 50y is 1,700.
Wow.
Now this is always the hardest part in these problems. Coming up with the combinations of rafts that will equal 1,700 exactly. Let me go grab my calculator.
Grab it.
Just tell your mom your math. So 1,700 divided by 120.
14.
Yeah, so that's not going to work. 1,700 divided by 50. That would work. So I could do a 0 in for x. If I put a 0 in for x and I cover my x term, I'm left with 50y equals 1,700. And I divided that by 50 and got 34. So that means my y-intercept is 34. So we found one combination so far that works. Always turn to Anthony. Anthony, you have a combination that works. Caspian, you have a combination?
5 for x.
5 for x? All right, let's try 5 for x. So 120 times 5 plus 50 times y is 1,700. 120 times 5 is 600. Yeah, I think this will work. Maybe we should go with multiples of 5. So maybe we should try like 10 next. I would do 1,700, subtract the 600 over, and then divide by 50. Did you get 22? Awesome. I was thinking try 10, because maybe multiples of 5 will work, because that'll make this number end with a 0. So let's try 10 here. I'm going to scroll, get some more workspace. All right, so this is my second one. That was my first one. This is my second one. Let's try my third one. 120 times 10 plus 50 times y equals 1,700. 120 times 10, 1,200. I think this will work. I think so. So 1,700 minus 1,200 divide by 50. Close, you were close, it's 10. So 10 and 10 would work. Now over here in your answer blank, you probably how they want this, I would put it as a coordinate. So 0, 34 would work. And that means 0 small, or large rafts wasn't large x. Yeah, large was x. So 0 large rafts, 34 small rafts. 5 large rafts, 22 small rafts. And 10 large rafts, 10 small rafts. Awesome. So we did finish this. We're going to have a study party Monday morning, only we're not going to have an after school because it's Friday and everybody likes to leave. So there's homework. It's a Polaris review. It's only 7 questions, so it should go very quickly for you. 7 questions, okay? Thanks for watching the video.
Please don't move slightly.